So we're seeing lots of firms experiencing influx in certain areas of work right now. And of course, with staff working from home, it's important for us to help you guys managing that in the best way possible. I've got Alex Hiscott here with me, a case management developer at Osprey, to talk through focused workflows, which are a really effective way for you to manage matters from start to finish with a much greater degree of control and efficiency. Workflows are designed really to take a user through the whole matter, breaking it down into specific tasks. So, for example, a file opening task can be created together with a file closing task and all of those steps in between. Some clients have workflows with just one specific task, and others have even created them to manage an entire will instruction, for instance. So they can be as simple or complicated as required. A task encapsulates all of the actions that are needed to be accomplished in order to complete that task. Now, Alex, you're best placed here to talk to us about this. There's lots of different things that workflow tasks can do. Do you want to just explain some of the actions that can be run during a workflow?
Yes, there are. So an action, for example, could be to run a questionnaire, which would capture data. You could then run a template letter or another document which pulls through that data automatically. You can fill out legal forms, you can send SMS text messages to clients, for example, for completion on a purchase, you can let them know by text message, which is really quick and easy. Or you could record an important date or even mark a key date as complete using a task. So a workflow really ensures that staff are working with the same templates and following the same structure. So managers know that correct procedures are being followed, even though staff are working from home.
And of course, you mentioned there the relevance of workflows to working from home. Workflows can actually be web enabled in conjunction with the client web portal and the deal room. So the portal, if you don't already know, we've spoken about it a few times on these webinars. It's a really secure way of sending and receiving documents, both for clients and for third parties. So correspondence between other firms and estate agents can all live there. Obviously, given the current circumstances, this is going to be particularly helpful since many fee earners working from home can't print and post documents out to clients. And most clients are going to have internet access. So they're going to be quite grateful to continue receiving updates and documents regarding their matter via that secure portal. Alex, you mentioned capturing data from the web access portal. How does that work with workflows?
Well, another helpful feature is that clients can actually complete questionnaires via the web portal. So with the data saving directly into Osprey, this is reducing the workload for staff who would ordinarily have to take that information manually from clients and then input it into the site themselves. So the client is effectively doing that input of data for the staff member, which of course is saving a lot of time.
And that's a summary really of workflows generally, and of course how the web access integration is really beneficial at the moment. More specifically, could you run through the focused workflows which are being made available to customers now? Obviously, you're a qualified solicitor and you're using that knowledge to create them, aren't you?
Yes, absolutely. So we've created focused workflows. They are basic template workflows which we've created at practice, and they're designed through our experience in the profession and through lots of consultation with our customers. They include the basic forms and template letters which would be required during the course of a matter, and they prompt users to record important dates. So that's useful, say for example, noting hearing dates that you absolutely cannot miss. We have several focus workflows available, but the latest one that we've developed is our wills workflow.
And it's worth noting at this point that focus workflows are already included in your Osprey license. So, feel free to kind of jump onto these and start using them straight away. There's no additional cost to that. Obviously, as a response to the huge increase in people wanting wills during COVID-19, around 75%, I think, is being recorded. We've got the wills workflow. Can you explain what's included in that?
So we've included lots of things to help fee earners to quickly and accurately capture client data during this really challenging time. The workflow covers single and mirror wills. It provides a file opening task that takes details from the client, such as capacity, name and address, date of birth. It also can run a client care letter together with some template letters in case a capacity report is necessary. There's also a basic draft will template included, as well as a task for sending that draft will to the client, and there's also a file closing task. Another aspect of the workflow is that we've got a web-enabled client questionnaire. So the good thing about that is that it's a very detailed questionnaire which asks the client a host of questions regarding their assets and personal circumstances. So the fee earner can review this before they hold an advice meeting with the client. The client completes the questionnaire on the portal, and the fee earner can then check the responses within Osprey. So the SRA have issued guidance recently suggesting that fee earners should have video calls with clients during the period of self-isolation. And whilst this is a good way to continue to have face-to-face contact with clients, it's not the same as sitting with a client in a meeting room and having a meeting in person. So for the fee earner to have that information to hand before the client meeting, they can make the best of the time they've got, they can have their advice pre-prepared, and they can get the most out of their online meeting. There is still a Word document version of that questionnaire, just in case for whatever reason a client can't complete it online.
Amazing. And actually, I've tried out that workflow myself, and the questionnaire is so simple for clients to follow. I know we've got a lot of clients in this area who won't be so tech savvy, but actually the way it's laid out is really simple to follow. How can Osprey customers get that workflow? If they like the sound of it, how can they get it and start using it now?
So they can view the layout of the workflow firstly on the support portal, and that will give them kind of an overview of what's included. It will detail all the steps, all the letters and tasks and actions. They can then speak to the support team who will be able to provide them with a demo. The support team can also answer any specific queries that customers have with regards to using the workflow and adding it to their sites. The workflow can be added within a matter of minutes, and so a fee earner can be up and running very quickly. So we also understand that lots of firms have their own drafted documents, client care letters, for example. So the templates that we already have drafted, fee earners are welcome to use, but they can cut and paste into those templates their own versions if they so choose. And all our templates can be edited.
So if I just jump onto the outline here on the support portal, this document here shows you everything that is going to be run as part of that workflow. And if I just click here, I can actually see that the preview of that document. As well as the contents of this document, they can all be updated to suit the individual's firm's looks, can't they?
Yes, that's right. So it's possible for us to upload the firm's letterhead to their site. They can have that showing then as a header and footer on the first page of a letter template. And of course, that helps to maintain a professional appearance when documents are sent online. And of course, for some letters of advice, it's necessary to send a letter as opposed to a rather informal email, just really to enforce a point or to get a point across. So, you know, it's helping to maintain that professional appearance, really, if you're continuing to use your letterhead, despite the fact that you can't send anything through the post.
And as well as the Wills workflow that we've seen here, you and the team, you've been busy developing other focus workflows as well. What can customers be using now?
Yes, that's right. So in our private client set, we've also got a workflow to deal with lasting powers of attorney, and we are just in the process of developing a probate workflow, which should be ready in the next few days. In terms of family workflows, we've got divorce, and we also have non-molestation and occupation orders. We also have a public and a private children workflow. We've also got an employment set of workflows specifically targeted to employment tribunals, and we've also got quite a basic mental health workflow, which includes a lot of template letters and bits and pieces that go along with a mental health matter.
And I guess if any of those are relevant to your firm, reach out to us and we can get them started. The support team are able to give you all-inclusive remote training. For those of you who require a little bit more help using those workflows, we'll give you a demo of how the workflow looks and works, and then we can have it installed on your website, on your Osprey site, in a matter of minutes. If you want to create something a little bit more bespoke, we can also offer inclusive training on how to create your own workflows for your Osprey site. So thanks to Alex there for spending time with me to explain the work going on right now with focused workflows. If you want to learn more about any of what we've discussed, browse the focused workflows on our support portal and get in touch with us at support.practice.com.